Dogpack404 drama. Apparently one of the allegations he's made against the MrBeast member was completely off and he's losing credibility by the minute.
It turns out there's a lot of people in North Carolina named James Warren who assault their girlfriends, I guess.
He got the wrong guy. Like, I get it. This guy looks guilty on all charges, but please, you gotta do more research. And then he came out with an apology. James Warren, DV charges update. The 6 NC criminal court cases were not for DV. Oh. I tried multiple times to get in touch with the person who allegedly found the charges. I'm sorry, Dogpack, but how do you allegedly find charges? It's either they're there or they're not. Like, the allegedly meme is going a bit too far. I know you're trying not to get sued, but what does that even mean? And then he states he should have waited for the FOIA requests or the FOIA, Freedom of Information Act. In his video, he did claim these were allegations, but dog, you gotta do a little bit more due diligence to post this in front of 2 million people. With great power comes great responsibility.
There's allegedly domestic violence charges that were filed against him. And I say allegedly because it turns out there's a lot of people in North Carolina named James Warren who assault their girlfriends, I guess.
Hey, if there's any James Warrens from North Carolina calling, yes, the pizza is abusive and armed.
I'm still having people look into these cases.
To be honest, Big Mac Show put it best. You don't have to be a professional journalist or investigator to know that this was reckless and a horrible thing to go forward without confirming. You just push false allegations to 2 million people. Like, don't get me wrong, I hate MrBeast just like the other guys. He's building wells in Africa. Cringe, who wants that? But if you aim for the beast, you best not miss. Dogpack, you gotta think the big picture here. MrBeast might not even respond at this point. You're slowly turning yourself into the boy who cried wolf. How am I gonna pay my rent? How is Pegasus gonna survive? This ain't a PewDiePie bridge moment. Hee hee, oopsie daisy, XD. This is a serious thing. You allege someone of a crime.
It turns out there's a lot of people in North Carolina named James Warren who assault their girlfriend.
There's also a lot of people named Barack Obama without a birth certificate. And you know what? I like Dogpack. He's a genuine guy. He helped me pay my rent. I feel like I owe him one. But this was a blunder. He straight up missed the rook. I don't think this necessarily exudes him from taking accountability, but he did post a screenshot of where he got that information. But that domestic case was another James Warren. Jokes were made, but it wasn't him. Yeah, those jokes seem to convince a lot of people, but I've also heard from people who have witnessed James' domestic abuse firsthand. Yeah, literally firsthand. Dogpack's first video felt calculated. It felt like he knew what he was doing and he's slowly losing the plot. And just like Daniel Negreanu, the Jake Weddle stuff was loosey-goosey at best, to be honest. It was just pulling at people's heartstrings and a bunch of morons were defending him, being like, capitalism is bad.
Peacock.
Yellow tape.
And low-key, I'm taking a bit of responsibility because it feels like Dogpack is put under a lot of pressure. He's sort of rushed by us commentary YouTubers who sort of rely on him for a video and rent, and I do feel bad for the guy. Hey, hate the game, not the player. You know what I gotta say? MrBeast is literally living up to the meme and hiring a $1 million lawyer to cease and desist you. You gotta be careful. Funnily enough, I think Asmongold said it best. Dogpack is slowly losing credibility, and blunders like this aren't a good look.
Very funny, because I actually think that MrBeast is going to win the lawsuit, because this is what's going to happen. There's going to be 60 counts of statements made about MrBeast. 3 of these counts will be proven false. MrBeast will then win a judgment of $70 million against Dogpack that Dogpack can never win, pay back. Then the article is going to be written, MrBeast wins the lawsuit, because 3 out of the 60 accusations were proven false.
Although he ain't cleaning, he cooking. And it's not like you're in a legal battle with some bum off the street. This is Mr. Breast. His pockets run deep. He can keep the trial going forever, and you're going to be buried by lawyer fees. I'm worried for you, dog. Pack404. Dogpack also DM'd me and believes that they're not suing right now because they want all the info out there, or so he thinks. And don't get me wrong, I'm a moron commentary YouTuber. I'm not some kind of lawyer. I haven't done my bar exam, although I would pass with flying colors easily without even studying. If there's anybody educated in the comments, let me know, because how well does the word allegedly actually cover your tracks? You can't just say, oh, PewDiePie's a p***ile, allegedly, and get away with it, right? Once again, I'm all for poetic justice, but if you're gonna bring a case against someone, you best be 100% damn sure about the facts, because otherwise you're putting yourself in danger.
I am the danger.
I heard that he's very aggressive. I've heard him referred to as a psychopath who screams at people and hits his girlfriends. There's allegedly domestic violence charges that were filed against him.
Like, brother, you gotta be certain. At this rate, you're losing credibility. Do people just blindly take your word for LaCoya Hill as well? It seems like you're honestly getting a little ahead of yourself, and I do feel kind of bad. I think he just got lost in the sauce. You know, he was going after MrBeast, and he's sort of like messing up on these like weird side characters that honestly nobody cares about. It almost feels like he's trying to paint this narrative that MrBeast is this like Doofenshmirtz evil guy who hires all these bad people, and you know, while that might be the case, you gotta be damn certain it is. I get where Dogpack's coming from, though. He was clear in his video that they were just allegations of charges, and like the actual charges were unproven accusations and not necessarily convictions. But like, did you know that spreading unconfirmed allegations which are later proven to be false and harmful can be considered defamatory? And the sad thing is, I don't think this person's entirely wrong. Like, at this point, we might see Dogpack in the shadow realm, like building bridges for MrBeast or something as a slave in Libya. It might be over. But there was a hero, a man, a myth, a legend who was the first to call out Dogpack on this, and it's Nicholas Eats Oreos. They were in the World War I trenches, exchanging blow for blow, typing out essays and manifestos to each other like nothing. I'll play the clip. The dude called him out for using a bad witness.
Harm onto a girl that he was dating. I did look into this, and I went into it thinking he had done that. Okay, I went into it thinking he did it, and I'm just gonna have to find the paperwork for it. I went into it thinking he had done that.
Like, genuinely, what are you doing? Look at the letters underneath your own stream. Like, it literally says all parties are presumed innocent until proven guilty in court.
I went into it thinking he had done that. Okay, I went into it thinking he did it, and I'm just gonna have to find the paperwork for it. I searched and searched and searched, and there was one case number I looked into. I do not think that this particular case is the same James Warren.
Am I not getting the memo? Is it opposites day or something? Is innocent until proven guilty suddenly flip-flopped because she said so? Like, wait, my sister in Christ, you got the freaking disclaimer and you're contradicting it. Dogpack, you got MrBeast by the old nutsack with the allegations on the illegal lotteries and his friends signing shirts. Like, you gotta leave it there. Like, her mind is set. She thinks he's guilty and she's looking for evidence to support that claim. Does this not seem a little off to you? Nicholas Eats Oreos was fighting in the whole shaboing. People were alleging that he was paid by MrBeast, he was a shill, a paid actor, a spy for Russia, like the whole list. He allegedly his girlfriends and is a psychopath. I say allegedly because there's a lot of James Warrens in North Carolina, so I'm looking into it. This guy in his part 3, bro. What the I understand you're not a professional journalist, investigator, and your goal is to just bring credible allegations to light, but you gotta be careful, dog. This is serious stuff you're messing around with.
Everybody's going to read the article and say, wow, I knew he was innocent. Jimmy would never do anything wrong. I can't believe Dogpack would ever do this.
When making an expose, you gotta be 100% certain on the allegations you're putting out there, because at the end of the day, if you mess a couple up, Assmanbald is 100% right.
That a lot of this investigation is allegedly. You know, it's sort of the nature of these instances. I have a lot of testimony, corroborating testimony. But the reason I'm publishing this is that hopefully it brings more information to light.
I feel like he had the magnum opus with part 1 and now he's digging himself a grave. The Jake Weddle story felt much more emotionally charged than factual, and at this point you're playing a dangerous game, buddy. Be careful. To not miss the subscribe button with the notification bell on it.